Hello and welcome to Inspired Caregiver. My name is Michelle. I created this podcast because I was the primary family caregiver for both of my grandmothers for a collective 7 years, which meant I handled everything from car keys to managing their households, dealing with all this stuff, and then ultimately end-of-life care. And I've worked in senior living as a result of that experience for over 7 years. So this podcast is designed to share with you insights, tips, tricks, and inspiration through those experiences, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Inspired Caregiver. Hello, caregivers. How are you? We are into the holiday seasons right now, and I wanted to share with you some ideas, thoughts I have around energy. And I'm not referring to how much energy you have to get something done or your motivation for that matter. The kind of energy that I'm referring to is around the concept that we are all energetic beings with powerful energetic connections to one another. So when you show up to a situation, a room full of people, the person you're caring for, your partner, children, workplace, or even just looking at the person in the mirror. I don't know if you're doing Mel Robbins' high five habit. There is an energetic vibration that you are bringing with you, which is being created by your thoughts. I am very aware of my energy, but this continues to be my work. Staying in my intentional energy when I show up, rather than having my energy shift to meet the situation, or to be honest with you, sometimes presetting my energy to meet an imaginary situation or conversation that may happen. I know this sounds a little woo-woo, but with everything that I've listened to and read, I really do believe in this energetic connection that we have with one another. And I think it's really important to be intentional with the energy that we are bringing into a situation. So, for example, when I would be headed to the assisted living to check on my grandma, one of my grandmas, my thoughts would be running scenarios or conversations that I may or may not have had with her or the staff. Like my mind was just very, very busy because my brain was trying to set me up for success by preparing how I would respond to different situations. Or it was tapping into the last time I was there, as if walking in the doors today, I was just going to pick up where I left off, which, especially if someone has dementia, there's potential for that. But the problem with this is that instead of setting my intentions on remaining centered in my own calm, joyful, and confident energy, I found myself getting spun up before I even walked through the door. And as self-fulfilling prophecy would have it, I would walk in kind of wound up, and then other people would be responding to that energy. Another example is when I go to check out at the grocery store. Right after I see which lane is the most open and available, I'm looking at the cashier's face just to see where they're at. Because if I have to pick between someone who's a little slower but smiling and someone who's quick but clearly looks angry or annoyed, I am definitely going with smiley. By the way, side note, have you been to a Walmart lately? They've changed all our checkouts to be self-checkouts, and I'm not sure I love that so much. I love being able to self-checkout when I'm super hurried, but I also like that people have interactions with other people. So I'm not totally digging that. Anyway, so our goal is to set our intentions before the interaction and get into that energy, which will allow you to have a more positive experience. The reason this is so incredibly important is that often we feel victim to the energy of others, or we step into a situation where the other person's energy overpowers ours. And then we walk away feeling bullied, upset, bad about ourselves, frustrated, and so on. And this is definitely, I'm speaking on my behalf from my experience. But I'm wondering, do you have those people in your life that feel like energy vampires? You know, when you leave the interaction, you just feel depleted and drained. So, how I am showing up is driven by my thoughts. And we're having 60,000 thoughts a day. And, they're happening so quick, but all those little thoughts are generating how we're feeling. So if I have calm, content, confident, happy thoughts, that will produce for me a more relaxed energy. Confused, concerned, angry, upset thoughts will bring on more tense or anxious energy. While I know that my energy impacts others, it can still be hard for me sometimes to get into that relaxed and confident energy that I desire to operate in, especially with certain people or situations. I can feel on guard. And my desire is to maintain a calm, confident, joyful energy. I don't want the circumstances of the world or life or other people's situations to be in charge of how my life is turning out. So, what I can control, again, is not other people, but how I am responding to them. So, as you are navigating your day, just notice how your energy shifts depending on where you are and who you're with and what you are doing. The first step, I believe, is always awareness, because once you take note of how your own energy is shifting, you can start to make those little shifts and set and direct your energy to how you would like to be. It'll be very interesting as you start to pay attention to this. You will start noticing other people's energy, how they show up. And that can give you some insight, once you're paying attention to your own and noticing others, that will give you some insight as to why interactions happen the way they do. If we are all just wandering around, reacting or responding to each other's energy, then how can we show up as our best self? How do you want to show up when you are entering the space of others? So that is what I have for today. I am so excited about some upcoming episodes. I have some conversations lined up with other people for them to share their expertise and bring that information to you. I'm very excited about that. So you're doing a great job. You are doing a great job, and I see you and I love you, and keep it up. Hang in there. Keep it up. I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.